Okay, this is one of those moments that you hate to have to break the news to somebody, but hopefully whoever sees this video, this will be a learning experience. This is a 69 Cutlass 442 convertible. It is a triple black beauty here. And when I first seen this car, it was all put together and it was really dirty. It was being worked on. But the guy who was working on it knew body and paint wasn't done right on it. Then it got in a hailstorm, pinged up the hood pretty good. Luckily it's convertible. So the plan on this car was to basically fix the hail damage, whether that be paintless dent removal or whatever. Straighten out a lot of the ripples and little things that they just screwed up on. The door had some waves in it. Reblock the door. Basically wet sand the entire car and give it a new paint job. Cut and buff it and good to go. Well, as we were unloading off the trailer, and as the guy who brought it to me had told me, we found the guy who owns the car wasn't with him, but when they resprayed this car after the second go around, they didn't take note of the moldings back off, so they repainted the car with moldings on, which is a no-no. And then they covered up rust here and here and who knows where else. So now we're at the point where I've got this car, and look at this. Interior is beautiful. Legendary covers, all that stuff. I don't know how far this thing's going to end up going, but it's a good chance this might end up being removed. They still got to come down and take this chrome off for me, because I don't know how to take this off. Not going to even attempt it. I don't know nothing about convertibles. Ain't going to pretend like I do. So, if you can see, this is a black car, but this door, you can see it pixelating in the video. This door is an absolute mess at the bottom. Right through here. It's so bad, so wavy, I can feel the metal bumpy. So, I wanted to do a video to start a new series on a restoration profile. I know y'all like to see that, but I also wanted to do this as a word to the wise that if you get something done and you take it back to get it fixed, you know, they're not gonna, you know, their object of repainting it was to tape up around all these moldings and whatnot. But they didn't have no business working on it to begin with. So, you know, just be real careful about that. I have a 68 Vista Cruiser wagon that's this same body style. So, I'm somewhat familiar with the cars. They are very curvy. And it's kind of like that 68 Le Mans convertible I worked on. You got to make sure you get the body work. You almost got to sculpt these cars. The only thing you're going to really be using a flat block on is this door. And they didn't do a bad job on that door. You can see that they done very well, but on the other side it's terrible. And one thing that I'm concerned, like I said, not to mention the way they painted around all these emblems. So now this car has one paint job, two paint jobs, and I'm gonna be putting a third. How good was this prep to spray this? You know, I'm a little bit concerned about that. So I'm gonna have to break the news to them to that guy that owns this car. You know, I'm not even sure where to go about it. This thing has a lot of material built up on it, and it was stripped to the metal, so I think it'll be fine. Feather this kind of stuff out, reblock it all over, wet sand it, fix all the little imperfections and ripples around these chrome pieces. But this is the kind of stuff that you see. A lot of these cars at Barrett Jackson that sells for all this money, they're this car right here. And you know, some cars are thrown together. They look good on TV. This car here would look great in pictures or on TV, but it's just not. And this is just not any ordinary car here. This is a real 442 69 convertible bucket seat gauge pack. So I can't remember. I think this one had the 400 engine from the factory. Mike, a friend of mine actually that was working on the drivetrain, actually got the engine out of my Vista Cruiser for this particular car when I went with a Chevy small block in mine. So anyway, that's just a little bit about this new project we're going to be working on over looks like the next several months, not several weeks as I thought. I'll keep you updated and what the situation is, but we're definitely going to have to take the DA to this thing and knock some of this material off. I didn't realize they had painted this car, repainted it a second try after a lot of the moldings and stuff were on it. So we got to finish getting some of this stuff took off. Being a convertible, this here can probably stay. But anyway, it's a shame. The hail damage was bad enough, but unfortunately, I guess fortunately though, that the car just wasn't what they really paid for. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's terrible. This trunk lid's got to be taken off. I'm gonna have to take this deck lid off, and I'm gonna have to strip and grind all this crap out. So anyway, this is the first video. Y'all should get a kick out of this one because I don't know where this one's going. Thanks for watching. Like, share. Don't forget to subscribe. And little bit something different here. It's an Oldsmobile, but it is an A body. It's kind of what I like to work on. But oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. We'll talk to y'all later.